Are you procrastinating now? Is this video part of doing it? You know you should be doing that one thing today, but you don't. But then time sneaks up on you and you do that thing in the last minute. Eventually finding yourself in a situation where you are not only stressed out, but also unsatisfied with the result you have. Imagine you go on that big trip. Maybe you're gonna finally see the Great Pyramids. Your flight goes in the morning, and even though you're not that morning bird, you get up early, you go to the airport, and you take that flight. There's not much of procrastinating going on here, right? Why do you think is that? But after you come back, there's this important deadline that's coming closer and closer. Or this distinctive talk with that person you know you should have. And you know you could have done it before the trip, but you didn't. And while you were on that trip, you were thinking about that deadline all the time. And even though you were on vacation, it took a part of your RAM storage in your brain and you stressed out a bit. So why do you want this? And you might say now, nah, that's a stupid question. I don't want this. This just happens to me again and again. Or you might say, yeah, guess I'm just lazy. But when it happens to you again and again, the lowest common denominator is you. So you create this, but you don't create this by being lazy. Laziness is a myth. It's a narrative that is placed in our minds by the Catholic Church and fueled by capitalism. Sloth is one of the major sins, but it's the one that is the hardest to define. When you think about it, when is someone lazy? Is it lazy to chill in the sun on your vacation? Or is this allowed because it's vacation and you earned it because you worked for it? Is it lazy to do only the bare minimum in your job? Or do you need to be that A player that hustles their butt off? Laziness is a label that is so deeply rooted in our minds that we easily stick it to our simplest actions of resting. Or worse, we stick it to the stuff we don't want to do because it depletes our energy. But we tell ourselves we should do that thing even though it depletes us. People then Google for motivational quotes or watch these videos with that epic background music and that motivational speaker that is shouting at them in totally incoherent sentences.
You have to get up. You have to stay awake longer than others. If you fall deeper. Stand up. You can do it, no matter what they say. Let the others talk. Are you a man or a sheep? Don't listen to others, only listen to me. You are strong. Get up, fall down, get up again, fall down again. I lost count. Stay awake longer. Work harder, not smarter. Hustle. You have to grind. You have to take 50 side hustles. Go into monk mode. Quit social media for a year. Do not touch yourself under the blanket. This is the road to success.
Additionally, there was this hustle mentality that rose to fame in the mid-2010s that was fueling this narrative of doing more, even more. But let me tell you one thing, when you are procrastinating, you are not lazy. Your body probably just tells you one of three things. First, you need rest. Second, you carry an underlying fear, a fear of rejection or the fear of not being good enough. Or you're about to do stuff that drains your energy and your body is protecting you from that. Even though you know that you do the stuff now and you get a greater reward in the future. But doing that stuff now is not aligned with your soul or your true self. So let's look into these points. First, rest. Rest is not laziness. We got this now. But second, the fear of rejection. I'm not good enough. Other people can manage it all the time, but not me. I shouldn't be in that position. How will I ever be an adult? Other people can manage their time and life so well. I'm such a failure. I'll do it later. I can't do this. Yeah, it's not worth it. And it's a stupid idea anyways. As a procrastinator, you might tell this to yourself. You think you can do that huge task in a shorter amount of time in the future, only to find out you can't and the quality suffers, and therefore your reputation, your job or your relationships. And you dismiss great ideas when the first major hurdle comes. And here we enter one possible root of your procrastination problems. Shame and guilt. Shame is when you inherently believe that you are not good enough, that you should not do it, that you cannot do it, and that you are not allowed to do it. No outside motivation or to-do list will help you here. What truly will help is to focus on yourself. Self-esteem means that you put a value on yourself and you compare that value with others or with your own worldview. Then you learn that your needs and wishes don't really matter and your perceived value of yourself drops to a point where you blindly follow a narrative that is not made for you. You do not fit in and your body begs you to stop playing that role, but you keep doing it. This ends in thinking that you can redeem yourself by finishing that task in the most perfect way. So it's either all perfect or nothing at all. But you are not prepared for perfect. You cannot deliver perfect, so you don't do it now. You want to do it in the future, when you think you are better prepared. And this stresses you out a lot because when it's not perfect, you will be rejected. You get exactly what you are afraid of. The fear of rejection, because perfectionism protects you from being rejected on something you spend time and energy on. But here's the thing, you might be afraid of failure, critique, bad performance, and therefore all the consequences that come with that. Stress, anxiety, damaged reputation or relationships, financial penalties, or to do even more work because you performed so badly in the first place. Fear paralyzes us. Have you ever seen a scared goat? That's you, under pressure of that task you do not want to do. Years ago I toured through Germany and gave a lot of talks on the stage. I could work and work on my speech and make it better and better, but there was always three kinds of people in the audience. There were the people that liked what I said because I spoke through them. There were the people that were indifferent, and there were the people that hated it. But I knew in every audience I will find these people. And if I focused on the people that hated me, I would have been paralyzed. I would have thought that I was not good enough, and I would have stopped to deliver my message. Because I would think that I'm alone with these thoughts in this world and no one wants to hear them and I could help nobody and that I'm stupid. But there will always be people that hate the stuff we do, no matter how perfect it is. Don't let that steal your mojo. And if you need help with that, then this is your channel. I'm here to help you to become the most confident next level you that you can become. And if that's something you like too, then hit the like and subscribe button because these are the kinds of videos I'm going to make here. Let's look into the third part why you procrastinate. It drains your energy. Maybe your job is so boring that you simply do not want to do it. You hesitate to go to work or you are drained by the thought alone of that meeting. When something is draining your energy, it's draining your life. More on that later. When you suffer from procrastination, you know all these advices. Did these work for you? These advices suck. They are painkillers for your migraine. They work in that moment, but your migraine always comes back. You simply do not want to do that job, task, or thing because it's not aligned with the agenda of your soul, your purpose. No motivational video, daily planner, or accountability partner will help you with that. It will help, of course, in the short term, when you know that there's a greater reward in the future waiting for you, like when you're studying for that exam or when you participate in that boring meeting. This should never be an everyday feeling. You should not wake up with that feeling that you do not want to do X and Y. But if you need to pep up yourself to do that stuff finally, you need to carry yourself over and over again to go there to do that. It will drain your energy. So leaving it might be an option to save your life. In this video, you will understand why being in an energy draining environment is slowly killing you and what you should do to save your life and eventually be your best self. Click here and I will see you there.